Princeton Middle School robotics students. A lot has happened since we last got together. Um, I have never used distance learning before. I've never worked with Google Classroom before. So I've been learning a lot over the past week. I've been working on it night and day, trying to put together lessons, and want to explain to you some of the things that are going on. To do that, I'm going to refer to my PowerPoint like I usually do in the classroom. So this is the screen that we saw the last time we were together on Thursday, March the 12th. Uh, we began the sources of electricity word search. That was something we worked on in class, and we had been studying that unit for a number of weeks. Our objectives had been, and this was going to be one of the last times we went over that, but to measure to an accuracy of 1/16 of an inch, demonstrate the act of scoring paper so it folds precisely, construct 3D products from 2D layouts, and use a sheet metal punch to make a hole. New objective was students were supposed to be learning about the 6 sources of electricity. We were going to have a test on that unit because we were just about done with it. That was going to be the next week, but we did not know what was going to happen. The activity that day was second period. They began and completed the voltaic cell project. The 4th and 5th period classes have been working on their sumo bots, and they were having battles that day. And then the rest of the class periods were completing their voltaic cell project. And that was the second day we were working on that project. This is what the project looked like. There was some sawing involved using a pair of scissors, drilling. There was a tubing cutter. We had to use a file. So there was a number of different things we had to be able to work on to do when we were working on this project. However, since we're no longer in school and don't have the option to work with those materials in most of your homes, that project is out. We're not going to be able to complete that because we were supposed to be charging it and bringing it back to school so we could test it. Dr. Maxim asked the teachers to put together lessons for 2 weeks. That would have been 3 weeks ago and 1 week ago. The week in between was the spring break, so we didn't have a lesson for that week. Since we don't use computers in class, I was told to put together paper assignments. So I had one sheet of paper. On one side of it, it says week 1, and there was a measuring exercise 31, like we had been doing, and there was a whack assignment. On the back side, there was a resource sheet that had been reduced so it would fit on a half a sheet of paper, and then there were some questions that you were supposed to answer and circle those. The plan was to complete those at home and return this assignment to me for grading, but the plan has changed. I was able to put them in PDF form and put them online, and I know some students went ahead and did these. If you did them, don't throw them away. These assignments on paper are going to be incorporated to what we're going to be doing through Google Classroom, so don't throw them away. If you go to the Google Classroom, this is second period. Each of you have a unique period. It says, the second quarter of robotics is usually spent designing and constructing projects with tools, machines, and a variety of materials. Since this is no longer possible, we will be exploring ways to learn about the field of robotics through distance learning activities. If you completed the worksheets prepared for the first 2 weeks of the quarter, hold on to those assignments. The activities on those sheets will be incorporated into the distance learning lessons in Google Classroom. So for that first week, the assignments that you'll be held accountable for will be measuring exercise 31, but it's been changed. So you'll be able to do it online. It should not take you more than 10 minutes to do, and that's due by the end of this week, which would be Friday, April 10th. Also, the wind power worksheet, if you already did that, all you'll need to do is transfer your answers over to a Google Classroom form. And that's also due by the end of the week because they should already be done. If you're working on the measuring exercise, it looks different than it did on the paper format. I changed it so that it could be done online. And what you'll be doing, it says, as shown in this example, draw a red line above each ruler. The line should be the length indicated. So using Google Classroom, you'll draw a line. It should be red and make it more than 1 point thick, maybe 2, 3, or 4 points thick, so it shows up a little bit better. And your first one, it'll be a ½ inch, the second one, 1 1/4, the third one, 1 1/8, and so on. So there's only 10 of these to do. Shouldn't take you very long to do it. And then you will, if you've already done the assignment, you can take a picture of that assignment and you can put it on this sheet. if you did not already complete the assignment, go ahead and complete the one online. Also, if you want to take this format and print it out on paper and complete it that way, you can take a picture of it and you'll put it on the third slide of that assignment, which is this slide once again. The wind power sheet looks exactly the same as what it looked on the PDF file or the paper sheet that I prepared before we got out of school. So you'll be reading this resource sheet. That's all there is for the resource sheet. And then instead of circling the answers here, you will just transfer your answers onto the Google Classroom form to turn in. Both of those assignments are pretty straightforward. The wind power questions apply to the unit that we were on about sources of electrical energy. Wind power is used to turn a generator. Generators use magnets, and magnetism was one of the 6 forms or sources of electricity that we learned about in class. If you have any questions about these assignments, you can contact me by email at dsimpson@vikingmail.org. You can meet with me on Wednesday for a Zoom meeting from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. That's when all the Encores classes are meeting, and there may be some overlap. So if you can't spend the whole time, that's fine. And you don't even need to show up at all if you don't have any questions. You can also leave me a message on Google Classroom, and I can give you a call home or respond to you there also. So good luck. Be looking for another video for the second week's assignments, and then we'll get started in this stuff for this current week. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. Stay safe. Stay away from the virus, and I'll do the same.